Teams are finally starting to file in here to the custom lobby, so hopefully we can get started here pretty soon. What's up, Kelp? See, looks like we're missing one player. Who are we missing? We are missing Brain Crane. Okay, here we go. Looks like it's going to be BW blue side and AK game side for game one. And I'll go ahead and do a quick overview of the players once the draft is over. All right, here we go. NASA span, spicy. And the Jinx first pick of the beer league. Classic. Fair play. Senna lock in for AK. I know AD Senna's very good right now. And Soraka lock in, no surprise there for Danny. Kelp, how was the voice level, by the way? Is it good? And the music level, let me know. Yeah, a Blitzcrank cover for a second there. I actually kind of would have liked that, but they opt for the Lux instead. Sounds good to me. Maybe music down just a very little bit. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. Sorry about that. It's probably about as low as I can realistically get it. Yeah, I have to set the volume bar on the YouTube video like almost as low as possible. And it's hard to get it low enough without turning it completely off. A lot of two top lane bans here for BW. Makes sense. Looks like it's probably going to be Bromstein playing mid rather than AD carry. I'm assuming that's Bromstein on Akshan mid. Is it Bromstein or Bromstein? I actually don't know. Someone will have to tell me. It's going to be Yasuo locking for Team BW. All right, we're going for the fun comp today. He's got a couple decent knockups to help him out with Cho'Gath and Xin Zhao. Not the most reliable, but they can probably get the job done. When does AK decide to round out their comp with against Cho'Gath? I'd really like to see Mordekaiser here. Mylands Draco, you figure out that this is a Mordekaiser angle? He does indeed. Good man. Now we're waiting for that. We'll go ahead and look at the players for the teams. For Team BW, these are the runner-ups from last season, so I expect they'll be competitive this season here as well. For top lane, they have Hook Flay Prey, costing 2 points. In the jungle, they have Lord Wrath returning once again at 3 points. And then mid, they have the Oni one at 3.5. And ADC is Brain Crane at 2.5 points. And then finally for support, they have Vic Jace Truther at 1 point. It's an interesting name for a support pick, but or interesting name for a support player, but there you go. And then for Team Alaska, we have Lynch Rico in the top lane, a fan favorite. Now up all the way up to 2.5 points, up from 1. And jungle, they have Ched filling in for them today at 2 points. I believe it's 2. Yes, 2 points. Then at mid, they have JWM at 3 points. ADC Bromstein at 3 points. And then to support, Danny Phantom at 1 point. These teams were both made it to the Final Four in last season's Beer League, so I expect them to both be very competitive here today. As far as comps go, what do I like? I do think both comps are a little bit disjointed. Jinx and Lux kind of want to play from range, and Xin Zhao and Cho'Gath and Yasuo all obviously want to go in. So they might have a bit of a hard time figuring out how they want to do relative positioning in team fights. On the other side, got double AD carry along with Soraka, so that's a backline heavy comp. And then you've got Rek'Sai and Mordekaiser that are kind of pseudo frontliners. So their comp's a little mishmashy too, but I do worry they don't have enough reliable CC to go against these 3 BW divers. So that might be a bit of a problem once Fights breaks out. I do really like the Mordekaiser pick, as I mentioned right before he picked it. That'll be really good to get whatever biggest threat is out of the fight, and take care of that, and kind of just take over the team fight. I do think there's a lot of, if they can avoid the initial engagement, I think Akshan, Soraka, Senna have a lot of potential to just kite out the fights, which case they should win those. Both junglers here, early game ganking junglers, so could see some early kills in the lanes, thanks to said junglers. Yeah, I don't particularly like either cup, to be honest. I would have liked to have seen a bit more. I don't know what all Bromstein plays. I would have liked to have seen something more like control heavy in mid lane to kind of help keep his backline safe, rather than another AD carry. But I also know that he's very good at Akshan, so I don't mind the pick at all. As for BW, yeah, I feel like 3 members of their team want to dive the back line, and the other 2 kind of want to just chill far away. So, but make fighting a team it's a little tricky. I would have really liked to have seen this. To be fair, this was early on, but I would have really liked to have seen this Lux be something else, like a Nautilus or something, or a Maokai or Leona or something in that vein. Something that can either, or maybe like a Brand, something that can either help the dive or can make the dive happen, or something that can pump a bunch of damage in, like one spell rotation. But it does have pick potential with Lux, so we shall see. I'm just gotta wait for spectator delay, and then we'll get going. I will say I do worry that if the game goes on long enough, I think AK is gonna have a really hard time killing this Cho'Gath, assuming he's building like tank Cho'Gath. They don't have a lot of percentage health damage. It'll basically just be Mordekaiser, maybe a little bit from Senna. So it's very. We could definitely see a possibility where the Cho'Gath just gets too big for them to deal with, but that will take time. I'm also interested to see how well this Yasuo does. I don't know if I necessarily trust Yasuo, especially with not having the best knockups to help him out. Yasuo's not very good against Senna either, unless you one-shot her because her autos are not projectiles, so they go through wind wall. And Soraka is also really annoying to deal with because she'll silence you and she'll heal whoever you're trying to burst down, and that could be trouble. All right, we're getting into it. Let's go ahead and pause that. Here we go. Double ignite top lane. Love to see it. Hook Flay Prey has a Nasus Mastery level 10 title. I guess that's why they banned Nasus. Fair enough. And Chad and No One don't have a title. Tisk tisk. Well, hopefully it actually loads us in. I know we had a problem getting into the game last time yesterday. And it doesn't want to load. All right, let's try again. I know sometimes that will happen if there is a pause at the beginning of the game, because it kind of messes with the spectator delay. We'll see if that's what happened. You mean mid double ignite, right? What did I say? That's what I meant. I don't know what I said. Top? Oh, yeah, no, definitely not top. I meant mid, but top double ignite would be fun too. Okay, my bad. You know what else is bad though? Right, spectate client. Seriously, what is this? I hope we're not missing the game. I would respect double ignite top, but I doubt we'll ever see that in beer league. I think it's a little too anti-team, a little too crazy. I don't think we'll see it happen. Oh, it's gonna load me in this time. Do we get to watch the video game? It's not started yet? Okay. Yeah, maybe they must have paused. I'm on 10-second delay. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, that was interesting. But all right. Now let's see. Make sure this every JWM accidentally got his support items at first, but he thankfully noticed before he left base. Oh, yep. There's the pause. There it is. Oh, beer league never change. I don't even know why they paused. They didn't say in chat why they paused, but I'm here to flame my caster. Always a pleasure, Eric. Welcome. Love this skin with Rek'Sai riding a jet ski. Get a nice freeze to go with our pause earlier. That usually ends up happening. That's a loud jet ski. My goodness, they did not skimp on the sound effects for it. Good on mute. Everything. Yep. All right. As far as I can tell, no real strange summoner choices. Everything looks pretty normal. I do see Dark Harvest on Lux, but I don't think that's that weird. And we have another pause. Hell yeah. I'm already seeing some things. I'm seeing some early skill lock-ins before anything happens. E lock in, Q lock in, Q lock in, Q lock in, Q lock in. Yeah, see, here's the thing. You don't know what kind of weird situations might happen. Level 1 before, maybe an early invade or something. Maybe you get ganked and you have to run. You don't level your first spell until the lane actually starts. It doesn't make a huge difference usually, but it's just something. It's a good habit to get into. Like especially like Lux, for example. Like there's a lot of scenarios where that Q would be much more valuable than E level 1 if like you get into an invade fight or something. So don't want to necessarily level your skills right away. But anyways, don't look at me, bro. I'm not pausing shit. Oh my god. Hell yeah, more viewers than LCS. We're up to 10. LCS doesn't exist. Well, that explains why they don't get very many views. It's called something else now, right? I actually don't remember, but We are LTA North. How far into the season is it? This is the first week. It's only the second game or second overall game of the week. So we are right at the beginning. Hello, Danny and Ched. Is Castro playing? It doesn't look like it. I don't think Castro's on BW this season, which is wild. At least not as a starter. I know they had a couple subs. I don't remember who they were. He might be a sub. I don't think he's playing in either league. Yeah, as far as I know. Slamride, don't complain about Bill's challenge impossible. You're right. I gotta fill something with the time. I gotta fill the time with something. Don't be mean to me. Sorry, Lynch Draco. You are the top lane prodigy. You get all the criticism. Except for when you do stuff good, which does happen. Can we keep the camera on Chad so I can criticize everything? I mean, maybe. I mean, he's a jungler. I'm sure we'll find plenty of opportunities for mistakes, right? Everyone knows junglers are the worst. Hashtag get wasted. It's like last season never ended. Good old BW, a classic. Damn, they really don't. They're calling me out. I don't know what he's thinking here. Oh, I could usually tell what they're thinking. They're just wrong. A 10-man cast of Slammerized cast. Oh my god. That sounds like complete chaos. Beer League reacts to Slammer reacting to Beer League play. You're getting too deep, fellas. Pull back. Pull back. All right, and here we go. Anyone want to place bets if we get another pause before this game's over? My money's on yes. Helldivers 2, I guess. Indeed, Kelp, indeed. What is Aksha's auto range, just out of curiosity? I actually don't remember. It's only 500. Okay, so it's the same as Lucian. Okay. And Zen going for the early invade here before we get yet another freeze. Thanks to the pauses. Oh, okay, it's just a short one this time. He's going to find Ched here at the Gromp, but is he actually going to go in? Ooh, and unfortunately misses the W. Both Ched and the camp, so he's going to have to walk around. Now he's missing a cooldown. I'm not sure he wins without... Well, does he win without it? Apparently so. My goodness. Wow. Xin W does a lot of damage. 55 physical damage, 55 damage plus another 126 at rank 1. That's nutty. That's a lot of damage. All right, fair play. Good job to Lord Wrath. Now his team's going to try to help him escape. Oop, and they're going to go on Bromstein here. Is he going to die? No, he's going to barely survive, and that's enough time for the AK bot lane to come in and finish off Xin. And Danny would heal Danny would heal the Akshan here, but she actually doesn't have heal yet. Oh, okay, she does have that heal. I don't know how Windwall blocked that last auto there, but it kind of saved him a little bit. In the end, it doesn't matter, but nice solo kill there for Bromstein. Early double control ward here for Xin Zhao. Vision clearly a priority here for BW. Or at least for the jungler. Is he gonna find him here? He is indeed, and he's got Yasuo to help. Ched's gonna get caught out here, but is he able to escape? He is indeed. Got the Scuttle Crab too, so nice job by Ched. Nice little chunk there for the Mordekaiser. He saw Xin Zhao on the ward. He's wisely backing up. You're going to have to dodge the W here, my friend. Nice juke. Nothing going on anyway, but able to just pull him away. Nice job to Lich Draco there. That's why he's a 2.5 cost down player, baby. Has a 2.5 cost top lane play. And coming in for a gank on Yasuo there. There you go. Got a little close, but in the end, nice clean kill for them. And that will secure the feat of warfare for Team AK. Ched! Now, if you're Mordekaiser here, you just saw Cho'Gath use his ult on a minion, so you want to look for a fight here, if you can. But it's just something to keep in mind when Chos like to use the ult on the wave. It means they don't have it to fight you. That's a lot of damage that he's missing out on. Yeah, 345 true damage. Meanwhile, BW goes and calls them over for the dragon here, but pretty slow dragon take. I think Ched went out a little earlier. I don't think he needs to bail quite that hard. BW should go ahead and just get the dragon here. Maybe they will. Unfortunately, Dana gets hit by the snare here, and I think she's going to go down, and indeed she will. Tough. Yep, and there is Lynch Draco indeed looking for that all-in on Cho. Gets his flash. About a 1.5k goal lead here for Team AK. And Yasuo has to be very careful fighting Akshan away from minions, because obviously you need those minions to dash on to be mobile. And if you don't have them, Akshan's just a lot more mobile than you are. So yes, nice copy pasta, Eric. Thank you. And unfortunately, Lord Wrath kind of gets caught in a rough place there, and he's going to go down. That's my goat, Chad. Chad giving him the cheese. I know it's not relevant, but I had to do it. Let me look for another gank on mid here. Very... I guess did he wind wall the E? No, he didn't even use... You can wind wall, I believe you can wind wall Akshan's little hook shot to the wall. I believe it is technically a projectile, so if you like wind wall towards where he's trying to put his little hook shot thing, it'll block it so he can't escape. Which is an interesting little interaction. Everybody's lucky who's locked on support last season. True! Lynch Draco here. Needs to be careful. Probably has to... Ooh, nice juke so far. Just blow your flash, buddy. Just use your flash. Nathan, just blow your flash. There you go. You're being greedy with your flash. Yep, it's going to cost you all your HP and your life. Yep. You know you're not getting out of a situation without flashing. Just flash early. Ched is able to come in and clean up the Xin Zhao, though, so in the end, 1 for 1. I respect the trying to greed and save the flash there, but there's just no way. But you're getting away from Xin Zhao and Cho'Gath at that point with no flash. Just use it. And yeah, so far, Ched's been killing. He's been at the right place at the right time on a regular basis this game. Doing a great job. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna talk about that in just a second. Okay, so I don't know if he meant to do this, but when you go in on Yasuo and you knock somebody up, you don't have to ult right away. You have a full second before you have to ulti. So and you're losing CC time by ulting immediately. You have time to fit an extra auto in before ulting. You even theoretically have time to get an extra Q in there if you do it right. You definitely don't want to ult right away. I don't know if it would have made a difference in that fight, but it's just something good to know. Bit of a fight breaking out here at the Grubs. Mordekaiser's going to ult Xin Zhao here, which is the right choice. Take care of the jungler first. He's going to go down. Luckily, they were able to steal one of the Grubs there. I think Cho'Gath munched one of them, so that's good. Look at the CS gap of the jungle. We had the wrong guy in the jungle. Clearly. Ched's killing it. Yeah, great start here for Team AK, up to a little over 3k gold lead already. They're going to get a gank up here on on Yasuo. Or on Bromstein, sorry. Not quite able to block the hookshot, though, so he will be able to escape. And now here comes Chad! And he's going to go ahead and do a nice flash knockup on Xin Zhao. Well done. Wow. They end up eventually getting Xin Zhao, but Chad ends up going down as well. Hero falls. Nice rotation there by the Jinx to go ahead and finish up that Akshan kill. That's a big shutdown for her. Good job. Ooh, yeah, so you need to be careful walking back to lane here. You can just get all in if you're not careful. Ooh, nice flash by JWM. That might give them a chance to actually win this fight. They do take down Jinx, but Senna does go down in return, and now Soraka's got to run. Just barely dodge. Oh! Tries for the flash W on Xin. Doesn't quite reach the Soraka. I don't believe you can W flash on Xin. That would have been a good situation to do it if you can, but I don't think you can. So, I'm not 100%. You want to clarify for me? You can W flash on Xin? Okay. Well, I guess you should have W flashed. I was just about to ask you. I don't play Xin Zhao. I was just about to ask you to clarify because I know you play Xin Zhao. So yes, if you can W flash, you should have W flashed. Now, does it move the W hitbox? I assume it does. I guess that's what W flash means, right? So, while Ched's going hunting yet again, he's gonna find Lord Wrath. Does he have the damage to actually finish him off, though? Not. Yep, he's gonna go ahead and ulti here. Trying to help him escape as well. Yes, you always miss, though. Fair enough. Fair enough. And Lux is out here. So she's very lucky to dodge that. She might be able to escape because of that. But it's going to be close. And Brain Crane needs to... Yep, okay. They do get the Lux out. Yasuo kind of an interesting position here. Has to go past the tower. And Lynch Drago gets a solo kill in the top lane. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, that's not the one I want. Let's go ahead and see that. Yeah, he must have just landed the thing on him and he ults. And... well played. Ooh, and manages to get the flash from Cho'Gath there at the end. Nice solo kill there, Mr. Mord. I think Rally's first on Mordekaiser's fine in this matchup. But just because Cho stacks so much health, part of me would like to see Leander's first, but I think Rally's is fine. And Xin Zhao kind of sneaks over the wall here and is able to get on this dragon. And Danny Phantom is here, and she's going to have to flash. Whoop. This should be another dragon over for BW here. Indeed it is. Ooh, hold up. Bromstein and Yasuo and Akshan can do a bit of an all-in here, and there is no first tower. Or there is no tower there anymore, so Yasuo has to you have to be on the aggressive, buddy. You can't just be... You're doing a lot of juking, but you're not actually fighting back. I don't really fully understand what that was, to be honest. But he ends up going down. Man, I'm pretty sure he still had Windwall up when he died, didn't he? No, he didn't. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta try to fight him. You're not getting away from the Akshan. You just try to kill him before he kills you. But in the end, he does go down. Ooh. Is Akshan caught here? Yes. And I guess they did get first tower here because this tower is gone, even though you can see it because rewind shenanigans. So feats of strength over for Team AK. And I agree, Eric. But think about this: if it's unfair to have Ched come in as a sub, how is it unfair as to have him as a starter? I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like you guys' win last season might need to be investigated. Chad's just too much of an unfair advantage. And BW might be behind here in terms of golden kills, but and towers, but they've gotten the big objectives so far. They got Rift Herald, they got 2 dragons. You know, they're hanging in there. They're doing what they need to do to keep this game manageable.
I mean, stealth time. Look at it go.
And the rest of BW has to be careful here because they know they have 2 bots. Looks like we're going to get another ulti play here on... Ooh. Mordekaiser passive falls off, though, and that might be enough to save Cho'Gath here. Nope. Nope, it is, in fact, not enough. Unlucky. Tough. Got a 3.5, almost 4K gold lead here. We got Ched coming in bot lane, and Yasuo's going for it. But see, he doesn't seem very confident trying to go for this all in, which is a problem because 1, you need to be, and 2, he's getting ganked. So tough. Really rough game for the Yasuo so far. And Akshan is a tough matchup for Yasuo, so I feel him there. ADC, mobile ADCs are really annoying for Yasuo to fight against. Stack check for Senna, only 43. I feel like that's not that many for this point in the game. No, but maybe they nerfed it already? I don't know. Meanwhile, Ched's getting another great gank off onto the Lux. Unfortunately, he seems to not be on the same page with his team, and they're not really able to follow up. They do eventually catch up, and they're able to get Lux, but they probably should be able to get both. I'm not sure. I don't think they realized that he was there flanking. But another great gank by Ched. Next dragon here is set up on here in 30 seconds. I think if you're AK, you really want to make sure you get this one so you don't have to deal with soul point in 5 minutes. Yasuo's going for it. Fortunately, not quite able to land the knockup. He's had a really hard time getting that on him so far this game. But now the rest of the teams are coming in, and Captain Ched's going to go down. Now they're going in. They land the knockup on the Senna, and she's going to go down. Now they're going in on the back line, but this is a big Mordekaiser here. They need to be careful despite the numbers advantage. And Danny doing a good job just hanging back here in the back. Let Mordekaiser do the heavy lifting. Who is winning? I think it's a close game. I'd say AK is probably winning just because of the gold lead, but you could very easily see this game going either way. All right, you need to back. There we go, and you need to back off now, Danny, so you don't get run down while the Mordekaiser's away. Ooh, and he actually ends up losing to Cho'Gath in the Death Realm. Well played by Hook Play Bray there to dodge a lot of skill shots. Could stall for time. There you go. Now the rest of the fight's kind of breaking out. Andy Phantom almost dies to the Jinx ult that has to go. He has the game right where he wants it. True. BW's gonna move in here on third dragon. They should be able to get it. They do indeed. Despite being behind in gold, they've done great on the neutral objectives. Honestly, they should probably do Otacon here too. They got everyone down there already, but they opt not to. Hashtag get wasted. I am a little biased. Team AK are my boys and girl. But that is why I'm casting, but I will try to cast the game impartially. I do think it's very close and competitive. You know, the gold, obviously AK still has the gold lead, but in terms of objectives, BW is doing a great job. So, and that gives them an opening to win. Go ahead and get a nice stealth gank on Jinx here. She should go down. Yes. She does indeed. Yasuo does finally have that Infinity Edge. He should do some nice damage now. That is his only crit item, so it's only 50% crit, but with that much AD, that's still quite a bit of damage. I am a little concerned about the lack of there's still no grievous wounds here for BW against Soraka and Senna. Definitely should have that by now on somebody, probably on maybe the Jinx, I guess. Just get the Executioner's Calling, but probably the Lux as well. But attempted gank on the Cho'Gath here, but the Cho'Gath munches him. Lynch Draco kind of underestimated the damage. Then getting gulped by the Cho'Gath there. They're trying to go for a gank here on Bromstein, but I don't think they're going to be able to get to him. Well, maybe they will. Oh, he does land the W. Does landing W give vision? Yeah, they are. Yes, it does. Okay. So they are going to catch up Bromstein here, but I saw a play just happen mid as well, so let's go ahead and see what happened here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, here we go. And Ched's looking for another... While that's happening at the top lane, Ched gets another gank off in the mid lane. Not sure why he went that way instead of around, but in the end, it works out. They get Jinx no problem, and then they will also get Lux no problem, so there you go. And now they're going to rotate on the two former gank squads will meet. He got a double knockup. He did indeed. He did indeed. Lynch Draco's going to go ahead and say, all right, I want this Otacon. I'm going to start it. I'm going to ping my team and hope they come over. This is where Leanders would be really helpful right about now, but he went for Riftmaker instead. Can Jubilee cast? I'm sure he'll probably cast at some point this season if he wants to. Is Jubilee on a team this season? Oh, Cho'Gath's coming in. They got to be careful. Cho'Gath can easily steal that with his Munch. And, ooh, a little bit smites too early. And Lord Wrath is able to get in there and smite and steal it. So that's going to be Otacon secured for BW. Now the fight's breaking out. Lynch Draco does not have ulti. And he ends up going down. Now Ched's going in, but he doesn't have follow-up. So he's going to get blasted. Now the Jinx resets are coming in. And that's going to be everybody for 8k down. And that's a huge play for BW. Not only stealing the objective, but winning the team fight afterwards. Great job to them. And BW is going to say heck with it. He's going to go for Baron. Just like that, the gold lead is gone. Now I think BW in a very, very comfortable position in this game. They got Baron, they got Dragon Soul, potential Dragon Soul spawning in 30 seconds. They got their Infinity Edges going. I mean, this is a tough spot for AK to be in. Although I really don't like that Lord Wrath is top right now. It's going to be late to the rotation on this Dragon now because of that. Although AK doesn't have the fastest rotation either, so he might get away with it. And both teams being a little lackadaisical about this potential Dragon Soul, which I don't like to see. Okay, and they're going to engage on the Cho'Gath. They're doing a lot of damage to him. Meanwhile, Ched's going in on the back line, and Lynch Strickland's going to go ahead and ult Zins out. And Rek'Sai goes in, but he is just not that tanky yet, so he gets absolutely blasted by all these range champs. And can he finish off Lord Wrath before the ulti expires? No, and he's going to come out of it. Oops, so far. Oh, and Yasuo manages to do a double flash knockup. Or double flash Q to get the knockup there. That was that's a very good Yasuo mechanic he just did, so we'll go back and look at that in just a second. And can the 280 carries here for AK salvage this play somehow? They do get Cho'Gath, but Xin Zhao is here. They have to be very careful for him. And no, they do not, and that's going to be Dragon Soul over for BW, and now they have to try to get out with their lives, but they're a little split up, I think. They are going to get Xin Zhao there. They are going to get Lux as well. Can they get Yasuo? Yasuo does have Wind Wall, so he should win this. Indeed, he does. Little aggressive there on the part of Bromstein, but I respect it. All right, so let's go back and look at this play, because I was talking about. So let's see here. So he gets his knockup, and then he starts the. Does he do it? Yeah. Okay. So he flashes and then Qs, which is fine, but you can Q flash as well. So you could start the tornado throw and then flash to move it forward with you. It didn't end up mattering in this situation, but that is something you can do. So maybe only one will learn some Yasuo mechanics if he ends up watching this back. But yeah, there you go. Well played by him. A little messy on the back end, although him eating right into the Yasuo wind wall and Q was pretty funny. Hey, I know what Yasuo passive does. I got that one. Only one's gonna get caught out here. Ooh! Didn't move his mouse cursor over Senna to ult her instead. I don't know if it would have mattered, but he might have killed her before he went down. And the gold lead was closed, but AK able to get it back thanks to those extra kills at around the Dragon Pit. Hey, you're right, Nanya. He does have a mechanic that half the champs in the game have, but you have to know that it's there to use it, right? You're not going to waste your flash in a game to find out. I remember back in the day, people didn't know you could Q flash on Yasuo. Now you know. Well, you knew, but now everyone watching knows if they didn't already. I'm watching on mute so I didn't learn anything. It's a good idea. That is a good idea. I yap too much. You should definitely watch on mute. I'm watching on mute and still didn't learn anything. I'm sorry, Nunya. You already know all the advanced stuff. You don't need to learn anything from me. You're already a student of the game. You don't need me to teach you. Also positioning very aggressively, although he does have a lot of extra gold from that last fight now. So how are we doing on Senna stacks? 83? Okay. Which crit does that give her, out of curiosity? Oh, fight's breaking out here. Lord Wrath goes in, but he has to back off. Jinx is excited from that tower kill. Tower being killed, you have to remember that. That's a thing. People sometimes forget that objectives also get Jinx excited. Ooh, and Senna's going to get caught out here. Is able to flash out time, so she survives for now. Now Ched's going in, trying his best to frontline, but ooh, nice snare by Senna that probably saves Ched's life there. As Cho was looking for the munch on him. And Lord Wrath goes down as well, and BW has to back off. Nobody needs your teaching. That is not true. That is definitely not true, as evidenced by the fact of all the stuff I see while casting these games. No. I didn't say Senna sucks. I said Senna. I don't like Senna support. I think Senna ADC right now, especially right now, is kind of busted. Ched the hero. Spoiler game invite. Yeah, I forgot to mute that. My bad. It was me. I invited. Are you trolling me, Nunya? Give me a fake invite to troll the audience? That's pretty funny, if that's true. And both teams kind of positioning for Baron here. Ooh. And Jinx is going to get very caught out, although she is able to get her flash off to escape, but not long and not far enough because Rek'Sai is able to hold and follow. Now the rest of the fight's going to go on, and Mordekaiser's deep in there. He is missing a fair bit on the damage because he doesn't have Leandri's, so he's actually having kind of a hard time finishing these people off. Ooh, JW or Senna walks too close to the wall and isn't able to walk over. And now it's a nice double knock up by Yasuo, and that's going to be both the backline for AK down, and that's going to be Ched down as well, and that might be well. But Mordekaiser will go down, and that Yasuo is officially online. And this should be another Baron for BW here. Oh yeah, Cho'Gath is able. Yeah, I mean, look, Cho'Gath just solos, kills Akshan down, and body's too tanky for Akshan to deal with. Yeah, I think if you have to go, if you're against a Cho, you have to go Bork here as Akshan. If you have to have any chance of dueling him later on, you just need that percent HP. That or just to have somebody else doing it. Yeah. Yeah, see, there you go, Nanya, you said it. I've always found that 10 death power spike on Yasuo meme funny because it's like, all my games of playing Yasuo, it's like never been true. Like, I never just feed my ass off and then suddenly I'm strong anyway. Like, that just never happens. I don't know where that meme comes from. And that will be Elder Dragon for BW as well. And this is probably it. Still not that big of a gold lead, but between Baron and Dragon Soul and Elder, I mean, if they get one more pick here, the game's over. One downside of this AK comp, they don't really have very good wave clear, so in situations like this, they can't really get the minions out. Just the stereotype that Yasuo's answer is true. Ooh. Lord Wrath is in, and he should go down here. And indeed he will. Mordekaiser's going to get caught up on Alexia there, and Ched's going in, but I think it's too little too late. Well, I mean, both the ADCs are slow, but Yasuo's going in. Yeah, he just does enough damage, just kind of pop everybody he goes on to at this point, and that's it. Great comeback by BW. They held in there despite the early gold deficit and got all the objectives, and in the end, they were able to outscale and win. So well played to them. And it was Eric inviting me. I see. He was the troll. I respect it. Well played game one for BW there. And yeah, let me mute this client before I forget. Actually, hold on. Let me do that before I dock myself again. Where is it? There we go. All right. Client is now muted. It looks like BW is taking a bit of a short break there after game one. We got the whole AK here in the lobby, but no BW, so. There, they're coming. All right. Looks like the teams are going to keep their sides here for game two. Seems like they're having a little bit of trouble getting Lord Wrath back here in the lobby. Clearly celebrated too hard after that game 1 win. All right, and here we go. And a reminder that this league is not fearless, so this is just regular pick and ban phase, just like normal. So they are welcome to pick the same stuff again if they wish. I realize that part of the reason they're banning Nasus is not only does the BW top play it, but I know Lynch Draco gets tilted like crazy every time he faces a Nasus, so that's probably a smart ban if they can pick it. Still, just don't let them go against it. It's not worth it. It looks like it's most of the same bans except for Jinx this time. But BW bans are the same. And they neglected to ban a champion there. Not sure if that was on purpose. BW fails to lock in a champion, so I have a feeling this draft might be kind of okay. So I guess it's supposed to be first pick Kog'Maw for BW. The draft pool appears to be having technical issues at the moment. Oh, they were able to get Smolder in, apparently. Okay. It's a jungle Smolder for Ched. True. You probably would get stacks faster that way. Or with less minions, I guess. It's kind of like Nasus jungle. You completely screw over your team, but hey, at least you get more stacks. Actually, does Smolder get more stacks for big minions or like jungle camps, like big jungle camps, or is it the same for all of them? Does it get more like Nasus does? I actually don't know. Some Smolder play in the chat, tell me. Yeah, the same for all of them. Okay. Yeah, it seems like red team is maybe their draft link is not working properly because they're not able to actually lock in the champions for some reason. We might be restarting here, so we'll see in just a second. See what they decide to do. All right, let's try this again. All right, draft take 2. How can opponent draft? They just all random. True, you have no idea what you're up against. But they banned something different. They banned Yasuo instead of Jinx. What are they doing? Maybe they meant to ban that last time? Oh my boy. Oh god. I don't see a Rek'Sai ban. Draft must be broken again. Good point. Oh my god. It's still tied. Now it's 1-0 BW. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to change the number, but there you go. Are they starting again? What is happening here? Maybe? I don't know. There is some shenanigans afoot. Are they starting over again? All right. Take 3. They the the team seem a little confused about what the ban rules are for subs, so I'm kind of clarifying it for them based on my understanding. And BW is running back the Yasuo. They lock in Yasuo and Gragas. Love it. Bad versus both enemy champs. I agree with that. This will be the Poppy login for AK. I like that a lot. It'll help shut down some of this playmaking. And they're gonna, oh, interesting. They run back to Senna again, so I guess this must be a Smolder solo lane then. Okay. Interesting. So they're running back the double ADC comp. Okay. Bromstein Smolder, yeah, you're probably right. I'm assuming that's a Poppy jungle for Ched. I've never seen Lindstrickle play Poppy in my life, so I'm betting it's not him. Oh my god. They're gonna lock in Ornn final pick. What are we counter picking with, Mr. Ched? Hovers the Gwen instantly. He's gonna go with it. Alrighty then. Fair play. You wanted something AP, you didn't like the Mordekaiser? He says, alright, we'll go Gwen instead. All right, I'm gonna take a quick restroom break while they're doing this with spectator delay, so I will be right back. Okay. What comp do I like better? I like BW comp a lot already. They got multiple AO knockups for Yasuo that are pretty reliable. I like that. I like Karma to kind of give the whole team utility with the mantra E and stuff like that. Ironically, Kog'Maw's the weird one out here on this team, which is funny given that they first pick it. But yeah, my tens of time's not that bad. Nice try though, Eric. Yeah, Kog'Maw's kind of the weird one out in this comp. But they probably didn't know if they picked the Yasuo and Gragas so early. I'm kind of surprised they didn't. I feel like they could have probably picked a different ADC to go better with this. Like I don't know, maybe a Swain or something. But it'll probably be fine. As for AK, they're running back the double ADC comp. Don't really have much CC on their team, which could be a problem. They do have a lot of utility though. And then Gwen will have a lot of potential to pop off this game. She can kind of dodge a lot of that CC, and she can tank the Gwen or tank the Worm pretty well. Swain would be real bad. You think so? I don't know. I wouldn't have minded it, but I'd probably overvalue Swain bot lane, to be honest. I just like having tanky bot laners. Squishy ADCs are not my favorite. But I definitely like BW's comp better here. I think the AK does have the tools to deal with it, though, so it'll be fun to watch. First pick Swain, enemy team just goes far range comp. That is a risk. That's true. That is a good point. What's up, Castro? Oh, just hanging out mostly. Just enjoying the games, shit talking people's builds, explaining mechanics, rewinding because I misplace. The usual. All right, I'll go ahead and pause that. And hopefully we can get right into game 2 here. Interesting. I wonder if they went Senna. It looked like they might have chosen to go Senna mid because of the Yasuo. It's an interesting choice. I actually think both of them are pretty good matchups against Yasuo. Senna because you just auto through Wind Wall no problem, and Smolder because Smolder's too mobile for Yasuo to punish if he manages the wave properly. Either way, I think either matchup you're happy with. I don't think Smolder can play versus Yasuo. In my experience, he definitely can, at least in mid lane. Of course, the game doesn't load the first time. Oh boy. Yeah, I've played the matchup a couple times on the Yasuo side, and I actually found it rather obnoxious to actually get onto him and do anything. So maybe I'm just trash at Yasuo. That's totally fair, but it's just kitey ADCs with on-demand speed boosts are really annoying for Yasuo to fight against, because if they just don't stand super close to the wave, you just can't get on them ever. All right, here we go. Is it Senna mid? It might be, yeah. He did go grasp. He might have gone grasp to bully the melee mid. I know that this matchup's actually really annoying for Yasuo too, because you can't. The only thing you can win wall of hers is the W.
To Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
No pause right at the start of the game this time. This is a nice change of pace. Every matchup is annoying to Slamrai. That's not true. I don't mind most mages. Some of them are annoying, like Vex. Although Vex is like a mage assassin hybrid, but and if it's a less mobile ADC, I don't mind.
Minions have spawned.
But they usually don't play those mid for good reason. I'm so sad they stopped giving different like musical instruments to Yasuo on his skins. Because the first couple skins they had were High Noon and Project, and he got different musical instruments to play during his dance, but then they just stopped doing that, which made me sad, because that was fun. So, Bree, welcome. I hear you're going to be subbing for our opponent here in week 1. Looking forward to that. Junglers both starting bot side this game. Oh, I didn't even do a rune check. I don't think anything looks too unusual here. Windstreaker needs to be careful. And, I mean, look at that. Yasuo's just kind of getting his ass beat. That is indeed. It does indeed make a sound on stream. Thank you, Eric. Alright, and I totally missed it. What just happened? Okay, there was a solo kill. Oh, no, I didn't. He solo killed Yasuo, obviously. I literally commentated it. What am I doing? Oh my god. Fucking fail caster over here. My goodness. I checked my Discord. Streamer mode would go crazy here. Oh, yeah. I totally forget that that's a thing. I usually just mute Discord, but I forget. What does streamer mode even do anyway? Does it just not give notifications? No, Eric, it's not a streamer mode. Do you really want me to pause and go turn on streamer mode? Or are you just going to keep messaging me to be an ass? Fuckers. Ooh! Nice flash E on Bromstein there, or on the Senna there, and is able to get him. Nice gank by Lord Wrath. Shrunk away usernames and silences notifications. Okay. I'll have to remember that for next time. And then Gank's coming up here in the top lane on the Ornn. I don't know if they can actually finish him off, though. Ooh, very well played with hook flay prey there to get a kill out of that gank. My Discord auto turns it on when I have OBS open, so I'm surprised yours doesn't. Yeah, I might have just never told it to do that. So I'll look into it after the stream. So far, very even game here. Both top laners and both mid laners have died. Tied 2-2. Next kill, we'll get the Fetal Warfare. I mean, look at this. What is Yasuo supposed to do against this? Like, it's so unplayable. If the wave's in a decent spot for Senna, Yasuo can't do anything. So it was a smart call to swap Senna to mid lane here. Nice slow by the Gragas Q, though, to prevent the follow-up. Now, is it every Senna auto that slows? Or is it just the Q? I'm actually not 100% clear on that. It is, hold on. Well, the gank's coming up here. Yasuo's going in, but he just got ulti. Can they get the knock-up, though? I don't think they will. I think Senna's out of there. Well played by Bromstein to get out of that. Yasuo versus Yuumi is unplayable. Well, yeah, if you're able to get safe and get rolling, Senna can't play the game. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're just chilling, is Yasuo versus Gwen unplayable? Not really. Since you can win while Gwen ulti. It's not that bad. And yeah, if you just gank the shit out of Senna over and over, obviously you can win that way, but you need to get a lead with Yasuo somehow, and you need your jungler's help, most likely. And yeah, I agree, Ree. You need to just play safe early and save your HP, because if you get poked too much early, you lose all-in threat, and then you don't get to play the lane anymore. I agree with that, 100%. still looking for that 5th kill, or still looking for that final kill to secure feats of warfare here. Also actually ahead in CS, despite how much he's getting beat up in lane, so that's something at least. Also could likely start Doran Shield, yeah. Definitely want to go D-Shield against a ranged lane bully. You need it. He did go Cookies, which I actually don't mind. I think Cookies are actually a really underrated rune. In bad matchups. What is Yasuo building? I'm assuming he's building Kraken Slayer? It's either that or he's building Static Shiv, which I somehow doubt. It's not Season 4 anymore. And we're going for a gank here on Senna. Doesn't have sums. I'm not sure. We're doing a little bit of hesitation here, but they should get her. Wow, look at that healing, though. And that will be a feat of strength over for Team BW once again. Or I guess not once again, because the other team got it last time. But you know what I mean. Successful gank. Good job to them. You should go second win Unflinching or Revitalize. I think Unflinching is really good. Get 10 armor and MR just flat from level 1 is just really nice in some matchups. Well, yeah, Cookies is just less healing in second wind. I agree with that. If you're getting poked repeatedly, I agree with that. The burst healing is nice, though. Like an all-in potential, all-in scenario, potentially. And while we're arguing about runes, looks like an all-in breaks out in the top lane. Lindstraker's going to go ahead and pop his ulti. And has just enough damage to finish him off. Nice job to Lindstraker there. BW does get the Grozzle that is happening. I never did answer my question. Does every Senna auto slow, or is it just the Q? It's just the Q. But her attacks also give her move speed, scaling with the enemy's move speed. Okay, got it. Sorry, Eric. I like knowing what things do.
It's not your fault.
Come on, you can't put that on the bingo card. That's too easy. I'm reading at least one ability per game. Meanwhile, Gank's coming off here in the bot lane. They both have flash, though, so they... Ooh! Still ends up getting the stun on Karma, though, so she will go down. Sentinel tries to save him, but... Oh, actually, Sentinel was the enemy Sentinel, so... Does get the kill. Yeah, you can't have me reading an ability on the bingo card for me casting. That would be like me having a bingo card for you in chat, and one of the spaces is you trying to gaslight me. Like, obviously, that's just part of the experience. I have noticed that the AD centers are going Static Shiv. The stats seem to support that it's a good build, so I'll trust it, but it does seem... I guess it's just a really nice stat stick. And it helps give some wave clear too. I guess that's the main reason. Plus move speed is nice too. Oh, here comes the all-in. Lindstraker has to flash. Yeah, but I think he's gonna go... Oh, he just barely survives. Are all item stat sticks? That's true, all items are stat sticks, but some are better than others. Shiv gives 3 different stats, so you get a lot of mixed value. Here comes another gank on the bot lane. Looks like they're going to be able to get out of it this time. Plus Yasuo and Gragas are both coming. We can get the Yasuo-Gragas combo here. And Poppy's waiting, but she doesn't have her W to block any dashes, so... They decide not to go for it. Oh, we are stick shaming now. Hell yeah, brother. Is your stick enough to satisfy your woman? Or your man, I don't judge. And Karma ends up getting blasted here, but now a fight breaks out. Let me go ahead and back up here because I'm too busy doing stupid jokes with Eric. Yeah, Karma gets stunned in the wall. She ends up going down, and the fight breaks out. And Yasuo has to take a lot of damage. He has to back off, but Brain Frame flashes after Soraka, does end up getting her. Now the fight's going off in earnest. Nice ulti by Gragas, but not able to follow up with the ulti, the Yasuo ulti. So ends up having to run, and then ends up being kind of a one fight there for. Well, actually, I guess it ended up. Yeah, it ended up being 2 for 1 for AK, so not bad. They're going to try to get this dragon here. Game's very close. Only about a 200 gold lead here. Lord does take a fly around going in, but now he has no way out of this, so he might just die here. Indeed he will. They're going for the all-in here, but I don't think he actually has the damage to do this. And he does not. And now Ornn says, all right, my turn. He's going in, and he in fact does it. Oh no, he autoed the minion! Oh no! Hook, fly, prey! Oh no! He autoed the minion instead of the Gwen with the brittle on her. That is tragic. Don't know if feat's claimed here yet, although BW could get first tower or next objective and get it. Smolder check, 102. Is that good for 15 minutes? Smolder players in the chat, let me know. And a fight breaking out here in the top lane. Gragas kind of gets caught in the enemy jungle. He should probably be fine here. Oh! Wait, what? Okay, hold on a second. What? He just threw his ulti, right? Am I crazy? Hold on. Okay, so he throws his ult, but it didn't do anything? Yeah, but it didn't knock him away or anything. It said like displaced for a second, but it didn't. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that one more time in just a second here, but we'll see how the play goes before I do that. So the rest of the team rotates here, but in the end, BW has to back off. Okay. So that's very weird. I'm trying to figure out what the heck just happened here. So they're fighting, and Poppy goes in. She turns on W, and Gragas throws ulti. And it does damage, but it doesn't... Okay. That looks even weirder, and I guess it's just a spectator bug. Okay, got it. Yasuo does come in from behind, but in the end he has to bail, so... Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it looked very weird the first time I watched it, so I don't know why it looked weird, but they decided to go ahead and dive. Very well executed dive there by AK. Goes 2 for 0. Good aggro juggling on the tower. Ched making more big plays. 4-0 on the Jungle Poppy with the Sundered Sky Giga Chad build, and he ends up. Oh no! No, Lord Rev, no! Oh no! So can we get a rating check on Chad? How is this man only rated a 2? Someone please respond. And yeah, just like that, suddenly AK's got a big lead. 3K gold lead. They get first tower in top lane. Potentially could get. They're at two objectives. I mean, a few minutes ago I would have said it was almost certainly feats of strength for what are words? For BW, given how it was looking, but now it's whoever gets the next jungle objective. Let's go ahead and check the smolder stacks. I guess I checked it just a couple minutes ago, didn't I? 125. They don't answer the question, by the way. 100 stacks at 15 minutes. Is that good for smolder? Here comes another gank. Nice gank by Ched. Break Crate should go down here, but he's actually getting his money's worth in terms of damage back. He actually might get Soraka here. Ooh, and the shield from the Senna ulti just saves her. How many does Senna have? 54 souls. There you go. Leched has arrived. Indeed. Gwen's looking for a gank on Yasuo, but he should be fine here. Indeed he is. Oh, Draco says, not so fast, I'm not done. Is Chad the best jungler in the league? He might be. There may have been a 13 kill Octron split pushing versus Cho'Gath with no Bork. Why are you living in the past, Anya? And AK is going to go ahead and grab second dragon here, and that will indeed be feats of strength for them. Very well done. Ched is the best in general. True. There's a reason we call him Captain Ched. Bit of an all-in here, and Danny, they're not quite on the same page on whether or not they're getting that tower, and now Danny is way too far forward. And now Gragas is here, and Poppy's here to try to help, but it might be too little too late, and Danny is unfortunately going to go down. Now the counter gank is in return, and Captain Ched is going in with his mate super speed boost Poppy. He's landing all the CC, and that stalls long enough for Smolder to get in. That's going to be a kill. What happened game one? Oh, he asked about game one. Oh, fair enough. My bad, Nanya. I didn't see that part. My bad. Meanwhile, it looks like Lynch Draco tried to solo the Ornn and could not. Plus, I think he would have died to the Yasuo even if he hadn't lost to the Ornn there, so. Ooh, and another great gank by Poppy. Ched killing it. Oh, no, get the tower, guys. No! The tower, that's 700 gold. Oh! Oh! My soul, please. Get the tower. I beg of thee. Now their back's going to get stopped, but they might not want this smoke, and they're going to have to back off now. The Ornn is on the way. They're going to see him, though, so they should be fine. And he doesn't have ulti. Yeah, they're fine. They do accidentally auto the Otacon, though. How many souls Senna got? Let's see, he is at 68. And then 173 smolder stack, so we're getting close. BW says, all right, you want him back here? We're going to go ahead and move on this Otacon, but Chad is here, ready to further his reign of terror. Maybe a little too early on the ulti, but he's going for it. Ooh, nice flash by Karma to avoid the Poppy stun. And now they're going to move in and get it instead, but I think BW is going to be able to get back in time, and Danny walks up with a ward when she absolutely should not have done that. She's still going up now, and she's still alive, and the Ornal comes out, but eventually she does go down, and now Kog'Maw's off on the side. And now BW is here, and because Gwen is top lane, BW does have the numbers advantage here, and they're able to secure it! Despite not having a jungler here. So well played to the BW bot lane there to be able to get that Otacon. Captain Chad, I assume, didn't have Smite, so wasn't able to secure it despite being the only jungler in the vicinity. And he's trying his best to finish everybody off here using that Thunder Sky, and he's able to get Kog'Maw! But he will go down. That's going to be a 1,000 goal shutdown over to the Ornn, plus the Otacon, so that's a big swing in favor of BW there. And I mean, yeah, that fight was a good illustration of just how strong Poppy is right now. But you know, Danny got caught, had to blow our cooldowns to save herself. Gwen wasn't there, so in the end, they just it just wasn't quite able to carry the fight. But he did his best. I like to report Poppy for being high on PCP and methamphetamine. Poppy does kind of move like that, doesn't she? Chad was lagging or he wouldn't have miss-smited. Fair. Fair and valid. Bro, where's the replay for what? We saw it. The fight? I'm not going back now. Sorry. Can we get Chrono Break going here? I wish. That'd be something, right? Sorry, guys. Mr. Cannon Minion got a Chrono Break. My bad. Ooh. Only Yasuo's going for the Senna, but does not win while the W in time, so the Senna will be fine, at least for the moment. But now Gragas is here. The Gragas is going to give her the business, but you might need to hurry it up a little bit. Nice flash to avoid the knockup. Dude, just use the ulti. I'm begging you. Just use the... There we go. They do eventually get the Chad. Or they do eventually get the Senna. Not the Chad. But then the rest of AK is waiting in a nice spot and catches Gragas, trying to rotate the dragon. And now Gwen is going in. Unfortunately, starts the ulti a little too early and gets it blocked by the wind wall. Not able to finish off Yasuo. Now the fight will continue, and Poppy's going in, and Danny needs to be careful. She can easily die here. Just let the Poppy solo him. I know you want to be a good teammate, but you are in danger, my friend. There we go. And that should be a dragon secure for AK. Wish we could turn back time. True. We all want to turn back time. I don't know what that's from. I just heard it in my head. Is Chad setting a beer league kill record this game? I don't think so. I don't think anyone will beat your record, Eric. Someone's in our Discord. Is there a mod that can boot them? I don't know anything about that. And then Lich Draco's kind of getting ganked here. I mean, in our league Discord? You mean like the for the team? You mean? I mean, I don't know anything about that. Yeah, ask Dakota. He has admin privileges on the Beer League Discord, I assume. Okay, that's a new one. Okay. And AK on soul point here, but still only about a 1.5k gold lead, so the game's still very close. And I think they have enough Wombo potential that any team fight could go big for them. Are you one of the players in this game? BJJ, by the way, I'm not, I've seen your name around before, but I don't actually know who you are. I guess if you're not in the game, you probably should be playing it, but I digress. A bit of a fight breaking out here. Ooh, nice three-man Grog Assault. Yasuo able to follow up on the Senna, and now the rest of the fight begins in earnest, but without your ADC is tough. Then Soraka gets hit by another tornado. They get able to finish her off? I don't think so. They're able to kite away, but AK kind of gets split up, and that is really not what you want with your ranged heavy comp. But so far, it ends up being a 2 for 2. Ooh, and Danny. Oh, Danny, no! Danny, no! JDUM kind of kiting for his life, is able to kill the Ornn and then get away. Smolder stacks online indeed. He's got 250. And we'll check out the Senna stacks in a while too. 81. How much crit does that work out to? Out of curiosity. So where is it? 90% crit. She's almost there. Oh. Ah, this must be the pause for the that must be the pause for the interloper. It's something like that. Well, let's find out. We can do some math. So she's got 50% crit from items and 90% crit total, so 40% from souls. So yeah, 10% per 10 souls, that would track. Plus it also says that on the passive, so there you go. 10% per 20 souls, you are correct. Reading the same ability a second time. Did I read Senna's ability twice? To be fair, I read it for a different reason last time. I knew about the crit part. It was the slow part that I wasn't sure about. The slow's only on Q. Good to know. Ooh. Kind of looking for a pick here. Yasuo's kind of playing bait. Meanwhile, Gwen is up in the top lane, so this is a, we learned about the AD yesterday, too. Hey, there's a lot of crap going on Senna's passive, okay? It's a lot to keep track of. And I don't play that champion. And BW's going to go ahead and start dragging here, but now AK's moving in, and they've got it. Ooh, the Ornn ulti from the side. It lands the knockup. Not quite able to be a double knockup, though, unfortunately, so Yasuo has to back off before he can finish anybody off. Now the teamfight breaks out in earnest. BW does get the dragon, but they're going to get run down by the rest of AK here. Ooh, very aggressive flash forward by Kog'Maw to try to salvage the play, but alas, it's not going to work. Well, BW does get the dragon, it ends up being a 4-for-1 team fight. The lifesteal thing I know about. Yesterday he was saying Senna sucks. Hey, don't you keep misrepresenting me, good sir. I said Senna support sucks. Dude, I remember back before the Soraka rework when she was literally, like, when she just, all her stuff was targeted. That was unplayable for Yasuo. It was actually very funny. Back in the day. I remember that. No, I said oh my god. God, I got all the fucking Senna stands here in chat. I said I don't like Senna support because her weaknesses are too crippling, and especially don't like I don't like Enchanter Senna support because I think it feels like just like worse Soraka to me. That's my official opinion. Is it because she's a woman, Slammer? Yep, you got it. All those other women supports are fine, but Senna, ooh, tough. Just about 4K goal lead here for AK. Baron is up. Ooh. Not able to land the ulti on the Soraka, unfortunately. Ooh, decides not to take the ulti on the Soraka. Interesting. I definitely would have taken that. And Ched's is going to get caught down here, and that's a big problem. He's their main front line, and they can't really approach without Ched. And BW is going to go for Baron here. AK is going to try to contest, but they kind of need to get in there if they're going to do this. Oop, and then BW will indeed secure. Ched is the main carry. Dude, I've seen Poppy's 1v9 so many games lately. That champion's kind of cracked. And yeah, I agree. Collector third item on any champion seems sus. TBH. I mean, if you want an arm pen item, just go Lord Doms, you know. And we got another pause. Hey. Not gonna lie, BW wins this game. It's kind of looking like it. It's kind of looking like it at the moment. Yeah. How many pauses? I think this is only the second one, I believe. I don't know what this one's for, though. They didn't say. Braum does Braum does know they removed the lethality scaling on Q, right? Is that why he built Collector? Yeah, because Senna did have lethality scaling at one point, right? See, that's why I don't know shit, because they keep changing it. They've fiddled around with Senna's ability, Senna's kit so many times. I can't keep up. Her heal scaled off lethality. Oh my goodness, that is wild. Some of Riot's bespoke scalings are genuinely incredible. I know they no, they log every change. It's just I swear, like, they change Senna like twice a season. They change how her kits and scalings work. I can't be bothered to remember it. All I know is you just need to get on her and one-shot her. Easy enough. As long as that part remains the same, I'm happy. No tank Sennas. To all of you out there listening, if I start seeing tank Senna, I'm going to be mad. I'm going for a gank here on Lynch Draco, and yeah, Lynch Draco can't 1v1 Yasuo at this point. If he fights it like that, Yasuo just does too much damage. I think there was one point where Oh yeah, because they were going like glacial, right? And then when they changed glacial, they added a slow to her Q because people had kind of gotten used to relying on it, which is kind of wild that Riot did that. He's so used to having this rune that we changed the kit. Glacial augment with Radiant Virtue. Oh my goodness. Well, BW is going to go ahead and move it on Dragon here. Now both teams will be at 3. And all these upgraded Ornn items are coming in now. I don't think Red Side can play team fights anymore, to be honest. I mean, they do have a late game Smolder and a late game Senna. They just have to not get caught out to start the team fight. That's the hard part. But yeah, I mean, they got 2 late. Oh my god. 3 pauses! Gragas are on either carry, which means they just get 1 shot. That is true. Poppy's falling off. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I think you just have to kind of poke and prod and try to start a fight on your own terms as AK, but it's kind of hard to do that. Your team's not really built for that.
A summoner has reconnected.
All right. Yeah, it's really scary to be around in the jungle if you're AK at this point, because the threat of that Gragas Yasuo engage is just so high. Am I gonna catch Liz Draco here? Nope, he's not. Everybody messaged me on Discord. They need to calm down. I'm streaming, people. Relax. Oh, can we do something here?
The song between us.
All right, Yasuo's going in. They're kind of poking a bit. I think both teams are a little hesitant to fight at the moment because there's no real there's nothing really to fight over at the moment. So even if you win, if you get some kills, the best you probably get is maybe an hit tower, unless you get a wipe somehow. Here comes Chad. He's hunting. Oh, Ornn's gonna go ahead and ulti here. Unfortunately, he gets the 3 points. No landing. And that Cogbyte is coming online, and he's a late game AC too, and he can compete with this Smolder and Senna in terms of range and damage. So kind of a wasted ult there by the Gwen. Baron is coming up here pretty soon. Not, Smolder not 371 stacks. Whew. Yasuo's got the GA. It's a good choice. BW says, heck with it, we're gonna go for Baron again. We can just bum rush it, no problem. The AK is totally unready for this to be happening, and that Baron will indeed go down. You gotta be more prepared than that. I mean, maybe it's too dangerous to contest it, but it's not a good look that they were able to just walk over and do that with the entire enemy team up. Oh, here we go. The fight's starting to break out. Here comes the Ornn ulti. Here comes the Poppy ulti. That knocks the Yasuo away. That's big. Now the team fight is breaking out. Lynch Draco's going for the Kog'Maw knock, but nice, great, fantastic wind wall by Yasuo there to save Kog'Maw. And now the rest of the fight is going on. One man Yasuo ulti, not quite able. Danny's gonna go down. Then we got the ADCs and Ched going, but the ADCs are pumping out the big late game damage. And in the end, AK comes out ahead. Knocking the Yasuo out of that fight for that long was huge. Great Poppy ulti there. And this should be Dragon Soul here for them because they got a smite. Stack check. 394 for Smolder, 141 for 143 for Senna. And that will be Infernal Soul. Great flank play by Poppy there to kind of disrupt the Ornn engage. That was able to stall out the fight long enough for the double ADC comp to come out ahead. Well played to them. Now what does 143 do for Senna? Well, obviously it'll bring her to full crit at this point. I think it's lifesteal and excess plus the AD, I believe. Yeah. 108 AD. Can you actually see on the passive? Does it say? Am I stupid? Does it say on the passive how much extra AD you have? I guess you just multiplying, right? 150 times 0.75. Eric, stop asking questions! If you don't want me to look at it, stop bringing it up! This motherfucker. Oh my god. I'm gonna look at it again, bro. Look at that. Oh, number 5. Woo! Ready? Number 6. Oh, yeah, there you go. You can hover on the stacks under bar. There you go. 112 AD, 140 range, 50% crit, 7% lifesteal. There you go. No, Eric, you settle down. I'm in control here. Also, we have yet another pause. He's losing it from all the pauses. True! $2.5 series on game 2. Maybe I do want to get 2-0'd. I feel ya. That's how beer league is sometimes. You know, it wouldn't take so damn long if you'd stop pausing! Ched planned this. He Sega for an easy game 3. There you go. Orange should 100% have a random wins by this point because he's against 3 champs with crit. Well, I guess 2.5 because Poppy's kind of, but definitely should have random wins here. So hopefully that he builds that last item. You need that to survive. The random wins is a massive durability increase against crit. So I'd like to see him getting that. She has basically non-existent and growth though, right? Yeah, like Senna gets like almost. Does Senna get any AD from leveling up actually, or is it all from the passive? It might just be all from the passive. At least you should be used to looking at Gray Screen Samurai. Speak for yourself, bro. I had one of the lowest deaths in the league. Actually, I had the lowest deaths per game in the league last season I played. We had one death a game and played for objectives. I mean, I don't know about that few deaths, Eric. Might have won the championship, but we weren't that crazy. If you only die once a game, are you even playing? I mean, if you still do tons of damage, yes. You think I play Morgana mid for no reason? Hell no, bro. It's the easiest champ in the game to contribute with while not dying. And you're ungankable. KDA player. Accurate. That's not true. I'm actually not a KDA player. My KDA used to be better when I was in silver, way back in the day. I used to be a KDA player back in my first year of league. I'll die 100 million billion times, but it's good for the team. That's fair. I had less deaths in our scrim. Ungankable Jarvan would like to have a word with you. With Morgana? I mean, I have to have flash for that one, admittedly. That one's a little bit harder to deal with, but in general, between her super safe farming and Black Shield and Q, it's almost impossible to gank a Morgana. So, Morgana mid, anyway. All right, here we go. Did you have less deaths in our scrim, Eric? I believe it. I kind of ran I was having a hard time in our scrim, death-wise. They were camping me a lot. It was really annoying. To be fair, Trevor did tell me he was going to do it before the series even started. He said, "I'm going quote unquote quote I'm going to camp the shit out of you then." So he didn't lie. He came to visit me many, many times. Well, yeah, obviously. You think I'm gonna respect the jungler just because I know he's gonna gank me? Fuck no, bro. I simply don't respect junglers or ganks in general. I underestimate my ability to die to ganks. I'm really bad at that. And yeah, I just don't respect League players. They want their kill. Come and get it, bro. Come on, play me. I'm not just gonna give it to you for free, unless I have literally no chance of winning. Meanwhile, the actual game here, teams kind of split up a bit here. No objectives up for the moment though, so there's really not a lot of urgency. How many more stacks does Smolder need to one-shot? Is that possible? I guess it's theoretically possible, but you'd have to farm thousands of stacks, right? Ooh. Some nice poke there. Gwen's going in. Bobby's coming in from the side. It's the Chen Express. Here he comes. Doesn't quite get the stun off on Yasuo. He's able to kite, but Karma is going to go down, and now Ornn is here, but no knockup available. And now it's a rout as the rest of BW has to try to flee and get away with their lives. I think they're going to be able to do it too. Ooh, nice Gwen W to that was a lot of damage. Nice Gwen on that auto. Nice Gwen W to avoid getting hit by the Gragas knockback. And now the chase continues. Still no stun, but ooh. Kog'Maw actually ends up 1v1ing the Senna that was chasing him. Well played. The Brain Crane there. Kind of salvaged that play a little bit. And in the end, I don't think any of that will really matter that much. Both objectives are still not up for at least a minute, so. Yay! I get to finally ban a thingy. Hold up. All right, let me ban this guy real quick. Ban. Boom. Take that, bot. Ha ha ha. If that was Soraka, Kog'Maw loses the 1v1. True. Soraka is the best duelist in the game. Banish the tumbleweeds from your chat. If there's anything our chat doesn't have, it's tumbleweeds. This chat is insanely active this cast. Got Eric and Nunya both constantly flaming me. All right, both teams are kind of moving on Baron here. Senna has still not upgraded her boots. And BW is going to move in, but AK is here. Ooh. Gargoyle comes in, but it only lands on Poppy. That's really not what you want. And Yasuo is going to get absolutely blasted here, but he does have GA, so that will stall for a bit of time. And now Gwen is in, but Gwen just gets one shot. And now the rest of the fight will continue. Nice knock-up there, double knock-up there by Orm, but there's no follow-up. And they're going to get Kog'Maw. Can Kog'Maw get anyone in return? No. Can Orm get anyone? Oh, very close. Ooh, barely survives, and that should be an ace here for the team. It is, it is. I don't know if you need it to flash either, but he does get him. That's going to be an ace. All right, let's go back and watch this whole play again, because that's probably the game-deciding fight here. All right. We kind of saw what happened. They start Baron. They start tanking it, which is not ideal. The Yasuo was a little bit late, so it wasn't able to catch Smolder, and then Yasuo just gets piled on. Gwen goes a little too crazy when he doesn't need to and ends up getting blasted. Yasuo revives, but he goes down again. Nice Ornn thingy. Nice Ornn knockup. Kog'Maw gets a kill. Yeah, okay. And then they're able to finish off Ornn here. Definitely did not need to flash him into the wall there when he was that low, but there you go. It was a decent engage by Lord Wrath with the Gragas ulti, but the Yasuo ult wasn't quite quick enough to catch the Smolder. He only ended up ulting the Poppy, which is definitely not what you want. Kind of just left Yasuo completely hung out to dry. And will they be able to end here? I don't think they will. Yeah, they don't have quite enough time to end. They got to go for objective. They are going to ward Baron and then do Elder first. I think that's the right call. BW is going to rush their way over to Baron, but I don't think they're fast enough. As long as AK moves over to it immediately, but yeah, Baron's pretty tanky at this point in the game. Well, actually, they might be fast enough. Yasuo Kog'Maw late game damage is kind of cooking it. Are they going to get it? They do get it, so now it's Elder versus Baron, and the fight's breaking out, but Lynch Draco is on the backline, and that's going to one-shot him, and that's going to one-shot him. And that should be it. What if you put the game at 0.5 speed? Don't tempt me, Eric. It'll give me more time to resend this a passive for a 7th time. And that should be game here, correct? Yes. There you go. We got our first certified way too long way too long game, but there we go. Well done to Team AK to come back, and we're on to game 3. Okay, let me... Here we go. Bronze scrapes. All right, we got the draft here for game 3. Looks like they're going to keep the sides. yet again for game 3. And we'll... Oop. There we go. All right, and here we go. BW hovering the dilly once again, but decides to go for Lux. And they do indeed ban the Smolder this time around. They don't want to deal with that again. But AK also doesn't want to deal with the Yasuo again. Fair enough. Please do not Soraka versus B1 Lux. Yep, they decided to go for Milio instead, and the very early Mundo lock-in for AK. Okay. I know that Lynch Draco definitely does play Mundo. He can play Mundo. But picking it this early is a little sussy baka. I do really like it against Lux, to be fair, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit more. Oh no, don't pick Caitlyn against Mundo. Okay, there we go. Much better. Much better. And it goes for the Vayne. Push, push, push. It's a long-time Mundo enjoyer. I've had fun seeing Mundo kind of just blow up in popularity and see more people play him and enjoy the Mundo gameplay. BW goes for the Trundle. Not a bad pick against Mundo. I would have preferred the Gwen, but he might not be comfortable enough on Gwen to make that happen, which is fair enough. AK is going to run Senna back for a third time. I do really like Senna against Vayne. Just that massive range advantage makes it with point and click autos makes it hard for Vayne to play later on. So I like that pick. Vayne Trundle is interesting. Yeah, we'll see if we can see a Condemn into Ice Pillar combo at some point this game. I don't know why they're playing Lux, though. Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't like Lux last time. I don't like it this time. I feel like maybe they're partly trying to steal it from Danny on Team AK, but that's not a good enough reason to pick it. So I'm not sure why they picked it the first time. I don't know why they're picking it now. Eric, I'm gonna ban you, brother. You keep doing that. You keep trying to twist me. Just what I say about Senna, bro. I'm gonna ban your ass. I'll do it. I've got mod power. I'll abuse it. No, I wouldn't do that. That would be funny, but I won't do that. Poppy ban! The Ched was too powerful. They should be afraid. It is indeed the Fearful League. This could be Anivia for JWM. No surprise there. Last pick for Ched. I mean, it could conceivably be a Mundo jungle, to be fair, but I'm betting it's not. I'm betting it's probably not. Zrath, yes. I do like the Jarvan pick here. Can't cleanse a Jarvan ulti with Milio, I'm afraid. You want Ched Lee Sin? Bar juggle is open, that's true. What do we got here, Mr. Ched? What champion will you dazzle us with in Game 3? Xin Zhao. I like it. Xin Zhao can now duel every both melee champs on BW, and he can dive the backline. I like it. Would have liked Kane, to be honest, but I don't know if Wrath plays Kane though. Yeah, I don't know if he does either. Kind of surprised we haven't seen Wrath try the Urgot jungle. I think that's a thing, right? I think I've heard people playing Urgot jungle. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. God, we're almost at 3 hours for the stream already. We haven't even started Game 3. Oh boy. It's decent. His clear is good. Okay. I think it was Yorick I was thinking of was the top laner. Yeah, that was the top laner that everyone's playing jungle for a while. That's right. Oh, Brain Crane, don't lock in Panth. That's what you're banning, not picking. Brain Crane. Okay. I wonder if they try some shenanigans here. Do they lane swap Vayne top against Mundo? I don't think they would, right? Motherfucker. Oh my god. Eric, piss off. I tried figuring out a way to do it on my phone, see if I could turn it on from there, but I couldn't figure it out. Well, other than the Vayne, I actually ended up really liking the Mundo pick. I feel like they probably could have definitely picked a bit better to try to deal with that, but hopefully Vayne's going to be enough because the rest of the team isn't going to kill him. Vayne is pretty damaging, or pretty damning. You know, honestly, I don't hate Vayne as much as some others. Like, yes, the silver bolts are obviously really tough to deal with, but because Vayne is so short range and squishy, she often has a hard time actually like staying in auto range for extended periods of time against you. So you last longer than you would think. I find Fiora and Gwen both much harder to deal with. Because they can frontline for their team and one-shot you. So Trundle can be rough. He can. It's not as bad as for a lot of tanks because Mundo is more HP stacking than health than armor and MR. You last longer than you would think. Indeed. Yes, thank you, Eric. Yeah, but in my experience playing it, I don't mind Vayne as much because one, she can't. It's hard for her to stay in range. Like I said, it's hard for her to stay in range for extended periods of time to keep auto you and proccing silver bolts. But also, she's one of the few champs that does percent HP that you can actually kill. Like Vayne's actually a squished enough that you can kill her as Mundo, whereas you're never going to kill Fiora or Gwen realistically. So they just heal too much. So I don't mind Vayne as much. It's the melee champs with percent HP that fuck you when you're playing Mundo. Why are we comparing an ADC to top laners? I mean, Vayne's played top sometimes. But just in general, like, yeah, you don't want to be countered in lane as Mundo, but you don't want to be countered in other lanes either. If I see them pick a Kog'Maw bot lane, I'm not picking Mundo. Even if my matchup is good, it's not worth it. Do you think Mundo's a good matchup in the Senna? It's probably not that bad, to be honest. It's not great, but it's not that bad. I mean, yeah, you probably lose it because Mundo loses every matchup early on, but as the lane goes on, it's probably not that bad. I want everyone to be very impressed, by the way, by what Eric is doing here, because not only am I a caster and a moderator of the chat, but I'm also his team captain. And you see how much he flames me? Flames me in chat when I have so much power to just give him the whack. He's very brave, let's say. Are you saying you hold your power above your players' heads? Absolutely. What's the point of having power if you don't abuse it? No, tanks are too easy, Eric, because you still get to have fun. You get to go in and tank and be a frontline. That's fun. No, we're gonna make you play Ivern all season. That's what we're gonna do. Izern is also really, really fun. Please do not make him play it. Brother. You know what? No, I could see it. I could see Ivern being fun because Ivern's a cockblock champion, and cockblock champions are hilarious. I do, in fact, know what Ivern's abilities do. I might not know all the exact specifics in terms of numbers, but I know what they do. Bush, snare thingy, shield thingy, and Daisy. I know that.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And Vic J's Truth are taking a little bit of time to get out of base here. I don't know if his team has noticed yet because they don't seem to be pausing.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Can we get a 1 in the chat from my Ivern enjoyers? If I played jungle, I would probably play Ivern. He does seem very amusing. I will say that. Plus, apparently, he has the fastest first clear in the game. I learned that from Beer League last season. I never knew that before. And of course, Fusro hates Ivern. Fusro hates all the cockblock champs, and Ivern is the most cockblocky of them all. An early jungle invade here for Lord Wrath, but I'm not sure if he wants this smoke, to be honest. Do you beat Xin Level 2? I guess we're about to find out. I mean, if you land your stuff, you might beat him. I don't think he has the damage to actually kill him, though. Jack would play Ivern in jungle. Jack is scum. Dude, I play Morgana mid, bro. I have no shame. 100%. And he does end up getting him. Okay. I mean, fair play. There's no way Chad falls to the exact same invade. Apparently he does. and Lord Wrath didn't even die for it this time. I would have liked to have seen bone plating in this matchup for Mundo, just because Trundle has no way to pop it without getting an auto range. Although maybe Pillar can. Does Pillar pop bone plating? I'm actually not sure. Yeah, it does. Okay, well then never mind. I take it back. Pillar does 1 damage. Alright, fair enough. I knew about popping the Mundo passive part. I just didn't know if it would pop bone plating. Oh, a nice gank coming in here by Lord Wrath. Honestly, probably should have held the EQ a little bit, but in the end, it's okay. They do get Senna's Flash. I just realized that, oh, I didn't move these guys. Here we go. And that's not a thing anymore? Is it really? Oh, fight it out in chat. Let me know which one's correct. Thoughts on Aurelion Sol with bone plating? I think it's good. I think it's cancer. Let's read the ability. I don't think it says. It didn't say on the ability back when it did true damage either. It was just something you had to know. So, if it... CC does if no one has aggro anyway? Okay, interesting. Like, cause that was the reason they added originally, is so that you couldn't just pillar people for free under tower without drawing aggro. That's why they made it do 1 true damage, but... maybe that's not how it works now? I don't know. Wait, how does Bard get a pentakill by ulting? How does that work? Oh, with sorcery elixir, I see. But wait, does it do damage even because it puts them in stasis? Does the damage happen right before the stasis effect? Okay. Interesting. Well, yeah, Jeff, you got to celebrate a win somehow, right? Y'all are way too active for a stream on a Tuesday. I love it, but my goodness. I've seen chats with 1,000 people in them that don't yap this much. Lord Wrath able to sneak in. Nice knock up on the Senna. She should go down here. Indeed she will. And Trundle went for the immediate grievous wounds first item. Good call. Now Chet is here, but I don't think this gank's going to work, so they're going to back off. BW is going to go ahead and move on first dragon here. No, but between Rihi, Eric, and Nunya, we got big-time yappers here in chat. Much talk. That is definitely not true. I do not have you muted in games. You're the jungler. I can't afford to have you muted. Oh, Fuso, are you retiring? Going out on top after that 1 win? Settle down, Eric. I'll make you give me first red, too. Pretty slow start to the game here. About a 1k goal lead here for BW. They do, however, get first dragon, and they're going to get first grubs here as well. Did you know that Xerath's one of the champions? It's true. I have heard. Grubs heal up Trundle. It is true. Bit of an early all-in or bit of a fight here in the bot lane. Brain Crane almost goes down, but it does survive. Now we got a gank coming on Hook, Flay, Prey. And he has Flash. he end up going down here? He does, but now Jarvan and Xerath are here. That's going to be Mundo going down, and that should be Ched going down as well, and it is. Very nice counter gank by BW there. That's going to secure them feats of warfare. Is J4 just boosted now? I feel like the dude is chopping. Who could say? Vayne is going Bork first item here, which makes sense. I don't think they normally do that. Actually, do Vayne still go Bork first item? Like, I get it. This game, I think it's good because he's against Mundo, but do they in general? I actually don't know. They might still. I like it first item. Okay, fair enough. No, they go Hextech Gunblade. Ah, of course, for the slow. Makes sense. Does Vayne have AP scaling? She does. 50% AP scaling on Q. Well, there you go. Static for wave clear. That makes sense. That's what I would probably go if I were playing Vayne, to be honest. Having to wave clear with just Vayne autos is painful. Bork going to... I do find it a little disconcerting that when poking in lane, only one is leading with Q and then using W instead of the other way around, but oh well. And now Lord Wrath is here trying to do the dragon, but he's gonna have to bail. Vayne's going in, Pop's ulti, and ooh, that's Xin right on top of her. Are they gonna be able to finish her off? Not quite, and now Jarvan's going in. He does eventually go down though. You have seen Q max Triforce before? I've also seen that. I unironically think Burst Vayne is probably the best way to play her. I think on hit Vayne is really overrated. And they do end up getting the dragon. About 300 goal lead here for AK. Very close game. Well, yeah, game dependent, obviously. I just think that if you're against like a bunch of like tanks and stuff, yeah, I mean, and you've got like melee champions you have to fight off, by all means, go the on-hit build with Jock Show and stuff. But I think in your typical solo queue game where there's a lot more squishies, I think building like crit and bursting people out of stealth is ideal. It's impossible to deal with an ADC that goes invisible like every 2 seconds, and they can kill you in 3 or 4 auto attacks. That's just my opinion. Bit of a jungle fight breaking out here, and Ched is, despite not even having a completed item, he still is kind of kicking Jarvan's ass there, 1v1, which is not surprising. Xin is a much stronger duelist than Jarvan, but not that much stronger. He actually, well, apparently he is. He ends up getting him, even with Jarvan having help. There you go. They gave up on him being dead a little too early, and he ends up getting the kill. That is Ched! 1v3 machine. J-Walk cucked his own team. Yeah, it kind of did. It kind of did. Put your walls down, brother. You have to let your teammates in. Ooh, Brahmi. Tough. And the BW is here on what is it? Feats of strength. Oh my! I mean, he gets the kill, but that was a wild flash. Does he live? Barely. That was a wild flash, Mr. Bromstein. You got the kill, I guess, so that was crazy. Ooh. Nice moves by Ched. Classic Ched, doesn't get hit by any of them. Was that a kill, actually? 296 damage? Probably could have survived one, but more than that. Probably. Definitely not. Mundo does have the Warmogs now. We'll see what he's able to do with it. I'm not sure why he's backing up. I'm not sure why he's conceding wave control here when he has Warmogs. Brother, get in there. You're full health. What are you playing so passive for? You got Warmogs. Beat his ass! Brother! David! Ugh! You buy Warmogs so you don't have to play like a bitch anymore. Get him! It's still no first tower yet. Is any of them close? Not really. Got a couple towers at about a third, but none you could just force down, I don't think. Oh, they do have Rift Herald, though. That should be enough to get it. So it looks like it will indeed be a first tower here for BW, barring something unexpected here. It is indeed. He's a strength over to BW, and now the bot lane for AK is going to get caught up as well. Nice ulti to get behind on the Senna. Danny's going to flash, but that is going to be a very wasted flash. He's going to go down here. It's a big swing for BW. They got the gold lane now. Should be able to get this dragon. Probably get this tier 2 tower as well, although Jarvan accidentally... Oh. Okay. Where is he going? Is he going to mid lane? Oh, it ran out of juice. JWM should be able to play his way out of this. Nice jukes. Oop, Ched's here. Dodges the Lux Q. He's looking to go in, but doesn't want to get condemned, so he's going to back off. Meanwhile, Trundle is doing Trundle things in the top lane. He rushed Bork. That's smart. I think he can win this matchup with Bork Rush. I think he might get away here, too. Nope. Just kidding. BW is... Trundle's going to go down, but BW will get the dragon here. That is all 3 feats of strength for them. Not that it really matters. PTSD against Ched. Who doesn't? Ched is coming. Ched is coming. I remember being teammates with Ched, getting to play with his world-famous Kled. Those was fun. Those were good times. Xerath looking for a gank here. Is able to get in unseen, but he will be seen by the Xerath now. Unfortunately, misses the W. He's going to go in anyway, but that's going to be the... Ooh, very nice Zen ulti to interrupt the knockback by Jarvan. That should buy enough time for him to survive, at least for now. Unfortunately, he doesn't quite able to dodge that Xerath blast. Oh, that's going to land the stun on Lux. He's going to go down. And that should be mid tower here for AK. AK grabs the gold lead back. And this is the back and forth beer league action that we're here for.
Play it loud.
Well, that's not the best backings place there. How does he even play jungle? True. That sounds really unpleasant, Eric. I don't think you would want that. Get some support, please. Make sure he gets support. You don't want those smacking the ground. Ooh, and Senna is very caught here. She should go down. Oh, she does have flash. She'll be fine. Meanwhile, Mundo is kind of holding them off here while the rest of the team does Otacon, but it's going very slowly. I don't think you can really realistically prevent him from getting there if he really wants to. Lindstrik goes going in. He's pressuring, doing Mundo things. Wait, how did Anivia's egg get popped? I assume Xerath ulti? That must have been it. I don't know what else would have been. And now Jarvan's in. He's going 3-man ulti, but he goes down. And that will be Otacon secured for Team AK. I respect the attempt by Lord Wrath, but I think he might have went a little early. And now Lux is very dead. Chad's going around. There's no way Xerath escapes this. Right? I mean, just walk in the tower, bro. They can't do anything to stop you. Just walk in the tower, bro. Just walk. Just walk it. Just... Okay. And they get his flash, which is definitely not a good idea. Yeah, definitely save your sums on that one, Mr. Oni One. You're cooked, brother. No need to throw away your sums. My headset's acting weird for a second. Let me reset it for a second.
The song between us.
Okay, hopefully that fixes that. Yeah, and AK up to about a 3K gold lead now. Let's see. The Otacon, which is nice. How many flowers do they get? They have 31. It's a decent amount. And only 8 for BW. We're gonna go in on Mundo, which I would personally not recommend. That is definitely who you do not want to be engaged on. And now kind of baits his team forward, and now Lux will go in as well. And yeah, this game's starting to get out of hand. I think I don't think Bane is too far behind to realistically kill this Mundo. BW's gonna have to find a way to stall big time if they're gonna win this game. And yeah, Mundo's almost level 16 already. I kind of don't like that he's building MR here. Feels a little insecure. Where's the Titanic Hydra? Good sir. And Sentinel is able to finish off the Vayne. Yeah, the BW bot lane has not had a good time this game, for sure. And they need it to. They're the only ones that can kill it. They're the ones that need to kill Mundo. And Xin Zhao, to be honest, but I don't think it's going to happen. %, max health damage. Oh, wait. Oh, Jarvan got a kill on somebody. Got a kill on Senno. Senno's being a little too cute, trying to play with this, play with the Xerath, and she's gonna go down here. You know, I kind of hate Shenna's Shroud because that flash should have been totally unnecessary, but couldn't click on her. But they do get her. That's a big, big shutdown for Jarvan. That will help. Cool lead. About 4K. Bro, they already had one unauthorized visitor. In their chat earlier, in their Discord earlier, they don't need another one. This is for SI. Ooh. Yeah, this is not a great day to be Lux, for sure. I don't know why. Nathan, brother, why are you playing so far back? Not only are you stronger than him, you have help. Brother, get in there. Fuck him up. Get him. There we go. Meanwhile, BW uses that time as a distraction to go ahead and grab a sneaky Baron. Good map awareness by them to be able to realize that was a possibility. I don't think it'll make a huge difference, but it's nice to grab it. Get the gold at the very minimum. Oh, Lux. There goes her flash. Jarvan, or oh my god, I'm getting tired, bro. This is too much casting. Xin goes in, but he ends up going down. Uh-oh. Stream just lagged out. Hopefully that's not my internet. Mundo's going in. He's going crazy. He's just YOLO diving by himself under the tower. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, hold on. Did my stream stop? No. Okay. That's weird.
The song between us.
Don't know why it's not going. Try reloading it. If that helps. Romstein's gonna go a little too far forward and get 1v1. Stream is down. Where's the game? You're good on our end. See what I say about Eric gaslighting. Yeah, but the stream just stopped working on my phone for some reason. But it's all good. The Mundo is officially massive, and I really don't think they have an answer. Bully the wall. There's Vayne. Yeah, she just doesn't do enough damage at this point. Well, she does enough if Moon doesn't have ulti, I suppose. They do end up getting Mundo there. It's 1,000 gold over the Vayne. That's something. Caster missed it. Classic. Bro, relax. I'm tired, bro. This has been going on for way too long. 3.5 hours? Fuck me. AK's gonna go ahead and move on to Dragon here. They don't have a jungler though, so maybe one of these two mages can steal it somehow. All right, Lux, this is your moment. Seize the moment, seize it, and own it. Almost. It's close. $1,000 ping for Anivia. Tough. About a 6K gold lead now for AK. Yeah, I'm out of energy, bro. Let's just get this over with. Bit of a fight in the top lane. Mundo's kind of, he's struggling, but he's still alive for now. Does finally go down. Now Ched is here, but I think he's gonna go down as well. Melio's trying to here to help, but he's a little too late, and then he's used to run away. Meanwhile, Senna is solo killing the Zerathal from mid lane. Oh my goodness. But now Senna is gonna die here, I think. Oop, no, nice flash. I don't think it's gonna be enough though. It indeed will not. Rossi's going to go down, and now actually, a bit of a momentum swing in favor of BW. They're going to get this top inhib. Actually, they might. No, they won't be able to end. Not against Nivea. Not against Nivea, I'm afraid. Baron is coming up soon, though. Maybe they can parlay that inhibitor take into Baron, although top inhib is not the best for that. That's interesting. Mundo sold his... Oh, hold on. He sold the component for the end of his building and switched to Bramble Vest instead. Interesting. I mean, the anti-heal is good, but... I don't know. I'd rather just do more damage. That's just me, though. Maybe you might be right that that's the good call. So should probably have tabbies, too. Still count whatever it's called. Meanwhile, fights break out here. Let's back up and see that. Why no blowers on Mundo? Yeah, he's going a very conservative Mundo build, apparently. Going more frontline Mundo. Ched kind of gets an ambush on Lux here, but luckily Lux has help. Ched's gonna end up going down. Does he get her? Does he get her? No, he does not. And that's gonna be a pick on Ched. Right for time for this Baron to spawn. So this is BW's chance to take control of this game. And meanwhile, Trundle is here off on the side on Senna, and he's absolutely gonna get her, and she's gonna go down. Oh, and I think Anivia's about to go down here as well. He absolutely is, and we're getting some throws, boys. Why play Mundo at this point if you aren't going to go Overlords? I agree. If you wanted to build full tank and front line for your team, you shouldn't have picked Mundo. You should have picked Ornn. I agree. Unless he popped ulti there for some reason, I don't know why. And BDW is going to go ahead and grab ulti here. Or grab Baron. And yeah, they have the gold lead. Yeah, and I don't know why Lynchburg ult here. He definitely didn't need to. And he's not going to have it in time for this dragon either. It's not great. And AK has been very disjointed. They haven't really had a real team fight in a while, and they kind of need to find one. They're definitely better as a team. They're going to get the ambush on Lord Wrath, but Lord Wrath's going to go right on Senna. But Lord Wrath, unfortunately, did not have any follow-up, so he's going to go down here. Throws and counter throws. Trundle's going to go ahead and push mid and threaten the end here, which I think is the right call. I think you send two back. Yeah, you send Senna and Mundo back, and then the 3 here get Dragon. I think that's a fine call. Okay. And they're able to catch out Vayne. They're able to catch out Lux as well. They will be, indeed. Oh, no. He actually ends up getting blasted. Okay. And Xerath kind of fights his way back. He's going to find the lone Milio. He's able to dodge the stun, but they're kind of kiting out the Trundle. And okay. Yeah, good macro play there by AK. They do lose their mid hit, which is unfortunate. But you got Dragon Soul, which was important. And you didn't lose any Nexus Towers, which was important. And yeah, I definitely think you try to swap these Swifties out for Steel Caps. If you're Mundo, if you're taking all these autos from Jarvan and Trundle and Vayne, 10% reduced damage helps a lot. I don't think the Swifties is doing that much for him. Should be able to... Oh, nope, he just... He opts not to chase it. Probably not a good idea. You don't know where their team is. We know that, but he doesn't. Plus, he doesn't have ulti, so he might not be able to get him anyway. Oh, Lord Wrath doing some invadey shenanigans. They missed the red. Nivea, no, Nivea, don't do that. Well, I guess he does have a tower there. He's probably fine. As long as he realizes that Jarvan's there and backs up accordingly. Because they absolutely can and will dive him there if they can land a single CC. They're going for it, but they're a little too far forward. Now Lord Wrath has to blow his flash to escape. They do get the tower, though. Ooh, another stun on Jarvan. He just barely survives, but now Vayne's going in. She pops the egg, but not the kill, and now Mundo's here! And he should run both of these silly mages down, no problem. Mundo! Oh, and they have no idea Lord Wrath is here, but the static shiv accidentally stops him. Now he has to run, and now Mundo! Not able to catch the Xerath somehow. I'm not sure how that happened, but okay. And then Trundle should just die here. There's no way he wins this or escapes, I would think. Right? Okay, maybe I'm underestimating Trundle's late game. My goodness, that healing. Okay, my bad. Sorry I didn't believe in you, Trundle. My goodness. Sheesh. They were able to save the top inhib now, though, so that's good. Chemtech, Chempunk Chainsword on Vayne. That is interesting. I get that you want to have Grievous Wounds, but I don't know if you want Vayne using up one of her limited build slots for it, especially not on the Bruiser version of the Grievous Wounds item, but here we are. Vayne at 153 stat, or Vayne. Set at 153 stacks, so she's popping. Plus Infinity Edge. I don't know why she went this item. I guess because you don't need the crit. I guess that makes sense. If you don't need the crit, you can afford to go Cyrilda's instead. That makes sense. Fair enough. I doubted it for a moment, but I thought it out. It makes sense. You already got 100% crit. You don't need Lord Doms. Ooh, and Bromstein's going a little too crazy in the front. And Vayne goes for it, but that is not Vayne's job. Vayne needs to be the one killing Mundo. Yeah, see, look at this. Your poor mages can't do anything against Mundo. You need to kill him, Vayne. That is your assignment. Vayne spotting how many points? That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a dive ult, or tumble into 4 of them. That was a lot of points. And Aki's going to go ahead and get Baron here. Mundo will get mid inhib. He'll get bot inhib as well. No one's really here to stop him. All right, focus on the task at hand, Mr. Listrigo. I know kills are fun, but please get the inhib. That's the important thing. Get the go, bro. Get Nathan. Nathan, hit the inhib. Hit it. Thank you. Now leave. Vayne might actually. I think Vayne's gonna actually run him down now. Yep, she is. Oh, Nathan. Well, that means no Mundo for this Elder, which is not great. No, he would have taken. He waited like a 10. He could have gotten that like 10 seconds sooner. He kept fucking around. Vayne shouldn't have been able to. He should have been long gone by the time Vayne respawned, but he was being silly. But they end up getting 2 picks here anyway, so Mundo getting caught ends up not mattering at all. Senna shooting from off screen with her 760 range. No, 880 range. I guess it's 880 with rapid fire cannon, right? No, 910. No, it's 760 normally, and then 880 with rapid 910. I don't know, whatever. Point is, it's a lot. It's a lot of range. Let's go with that. Nike is just going to go ahead and move in on this remaining top tower. Should realistically be able to end here. They got Baron and Elder, and they got 2 sets of waves in other lanes. They should be able to just dive and end the game. Yep, and there goes Lux. Yep, and there you go. And there you go. Congratulations to Team AK for winning their first game of the season. Or first, yeah, Ched Penta. Wow, my goodness. Ched Penta. Sheesh. They picked the right sub, apparently. My goodness. Good job to Ched. Damn. All right, fair play. And yeah, congratulations to Team AK winning the series. It was very close. It's fun to watch, fun to cast, even if it took way too long. Sub carry. Oh man. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Especially if those of you who were active in the chat the whole time. That does make it a lot more fun. I don't mind casting on my own when with quiet chat, but having all you guys here does make it more enjoyable. So thanks for being here, everybody. Let me look. When is the next game? Game schedule looks like. Oh, here we go. Wednesday. DQ versus WR tomorrow. So there you go. I probably won't be casting that one, most likely. I can't cast all of them. I'll probably cast another one later in the week, but I kind of need a break. So that wraps it up for now, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.